Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing another review for I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. This is for episode 5. In the last video I did episode 4. I'll leave a link down below to that video. Of course there's going to be spoilers. So this was, I believe, episode 5 was Thursday's episode, and then episode 6, which I watched today, was Friday's episode, so I am up to date. So in this episode we saw a trailer where Noel is going to become the camp leader, or emperor as they call it. At the start there was only one question Noel would ask. Dex said, deal or no deal? You know, of course he hosted that show, but no. Are you allergic to kangaroo anus? Dex said. And then there was the 3 S's or something. I'm not sure what it involved, but it was like shower, shave, and shall we something. Then Rita, we saw, was wrapping her bandana round her mouth. It was to get rid of the dunny smell because she did not like it at all. During the spare time they did ring toss, and then Harry was saying to them he would give someone £1,000 if they got 4 rings in a row. So they didn't get any, and when he did it, he just absolutely nailed it, like, seriously. So Noel, since he's the new emperor of the camp, he is immune from all, like, duties, work duties. So this involves the dunny, camp maintenance, cooking, cleaning, all this. And trials, Bush Tucker trials too. Have you got any more? Was a saying that I heard that was good from Noel. So Noel picked. It was because I think he didn't like the people in front of him. So he was like, "Have you got any more for me?" So Noel had to pick like a right-hand man, so basically a personal advisor. And he chose Harry Redknapp to be that. And then after he chose the personal advisor, there was a Bush Tucker trial, so Unleash the Beasts. But then there was another one before that, where Fleur and Saya had to do one, and basically they had to move a star with a tongue in a cage, and it was with green ants. And then after, Nick and James had to do a trial, but I'll get onto that. I think Dex said, "What do you mean nippling?" or whatever. Don't know what he intended. So Fleur and Sarah both completed the first trial, and then James and Nick had to do their trial. They had to get rid of knots in a cage, so they were like lying on the floor, and the star was tied on a rope with different knots, and in there they had 5 kilograms of mealworms, 5,000 cockroaches and crickets, 20 large spiders and 20 scorpions in there. And then Holly was so horrified of them, like, she was just like, ugh. She was so horrified of them. So they both completed the trial, and then James said, I think, because one of the cockroaches got in his ear, he was like, "Get out of my ear, you little turd." He was just like that. So they got 4 out of 4 stars, so that means Harry and Noel would eat, but then Noel had to choose either the girls or the boys to join them in the inner circle, which them 2 would eat, and the others would have rice and beans, which is pretty unfair, but it's I'm a Celebrity, like, anything goes really. Losers can't be choosers, hence in the first episode. So whoever Noel chose will not just eat with them, but is immune from duties and trials. So he chose Saya and Fleur. When they were going across the bridge, Noel tripped on it, I believe. When they got back to camp as well, he had a bed, a little podium, and a throne as well. And I think Harry had a bed too, because he was his personal advisor. Then he said something funny. He was like, "Sit down, Redknapp." And then John had some sarcasm on him towards Noel. Noel got a bit offended, I think. So then I think there was a trial after that. It's called Drowned Out, and so basically, the inner circle and Anne were immune, but Anne was ruled out on medical grounds and all. So basically, this was a 2v2. So basically, the public voted for Maliki and Rita to do the trial, but then 2 other people had to do it. So I would think Noel would have to choose 2 of the gladiators to go against them. And then another comment made, one of the Pratts said back John, and then Noel was just like, do you know what I really want with this place doing? I want these trees to be reorganised, whatever. And then Noel was like in the booth, which they talk secretly, and then Harry just walked in, and then he was just saying knock knock when he was going out. He's like, knock knock on the way in, not on the way out, Noel said. And Harry got a bit, I think, too into the role, because he was calling the others peasants, and the others were like, mate, he was going to turn back on you sometime. So basically, they had a bell, and every time that bell sounded, Harry and Noel had to go in the little room for business duties, I think they called it. So it was just like private talk, really. So they had to assign duties to people. So cooking was Nick and Emily, wooden fire, John and Rita, and camp maintenance, Maliki and James. So this is basically the dunny and keeping the fire going and all. So they had to say all hail the emperor, I think, after every paragraph or whatever they said. And then Noel was like, got a bit shy, he was like, oh, thanks and all. When they added melody to it, he said. Maliki and Rita did the Dingo Dollar Challenge, and Noel and Harry had to be there. They were sitting on the phone, of course. So they had to complete a puzzle, but the one side was like the tiles where you put them in, the other side you could see it from. So Noel and Harry could see what it was, but then they had to say to Rita and Maliki where the pieces would go and all. So they had to get the pieces from this gross lake. I don't know what it contained, but it was very, very gross. Also, I forgot to say in the first episode that, I don't think... Well, I think towards the end they do the calling, but in the past they've done calling. But now, since the app came about 2 years ago, 2016, voting is via the app now. You get like 5 free votes, and you can put them to anywhere. So the Dingo Dollars rewards was cheese and grapes and Neapolitan ice cream, but I think it was called something different in this episode. So the question was, what percentage of working women earn more than a male partner? 26 or 6? And they went with 26. I would have thought I was thinking less, but I don't know really. It was a tough one, but then they got the right answer. There was a bit of delay though, like he put down the phone and you'd think he was going to close the blinds, but instead he reached out for the cheese and grapes, which is good. So basically, when they went back, Harry, he left the prize near the dunny, so he was tricking them, and then they were like, oh, we didn't win anything, and he was like, oh, I need the toilet for a second, and then he brought the prize over. It was like, you are the judges, and all. So when they were having dinner at the inner circle, I think it was at Snake Rock, it just looked spectacular. There was a table, Noel didn't have to cook, there was all cutlery there. So basically it was buffalo rib, and as Harry said, it was tough but tasty as well. So they were having a bit of fun. Fleur was doing a bit of Big Brother narrating, like, where you say the time and what's happening. So it was like talking about Noel or whatever. I can't remember much of it, but you'll get the gist if you've watched it. Harry was trying to floss, where he was going one side and then the other and getting faster, but instead don't know what it was. It was a good attempt, but I think he kind of failed, I guess. Yeah, so that is basically it for this review of episode 5. I believe, so there are 11 teammates now. I'm not sure when there are going to be 12, but there is definitely going to be 12, because normally there is. I'm not sure who the last one's going to be. I know online there has been some rumours of it, but I am waiting to find out. So, yeah, should be interesting with this new Emperor thing, and I wonder how it's going to fare out. So, I'll see you in the next review.